So in our system, we don't care really about what type of attack he does. We care about angles. It's a back fist, like a diagonal angle, or circular hooks, or swing, or straight, like a jab, or a straight punch, or like a karate punch. Really doesn't matter, or Wing Chun punch. So we have only these three type of angles: circular, diagonal, and straight. So here I'm going to demonstrate you a little bit the Wing Chun punches. So Michael, can I have you? So very, very simple. If Michael would give me a straight attack, so I would not punch like this, okay? Or I would not punch like a boxer, or maybe this side. So if he punches with the shoulder, I punch with the shoulder, what you see is mostly this one. I hit you, you hit me technique. Therefore, you look sometimes very handsome. You cannot fight like this. The idea is, because Wing Chun is being created for the average person. If you go back, the founders were two women. So they're not built strong, so they cannot afford to take a punch. So in my case, or Michael, we're professionals, so we train. But still, for the average person to have the chance relatively in his own environment, where he every day goes out after work, he wants to protect in his own environment himself. So we're not teaching people to fight, let's say, Mr. Mike Tyson. Because if he wants to do that, he must train every day, 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon. So no break. Different food, different schedule of his life, but then he's professional again. So this is really for the average person in his own environment to defend himself. So he needs a very intelligent, very scientific, smart self-defense system. So if Mike would punch me, we keep our shoulders very straight, you see? So when you look at the general in boxing, your target is your face, your nose. If I punch, this is the longest, the jab is the longest weapon, but where's my face? So if I really look here, this is the length I'm using, this part. But in Wing Chun, we punch, we use the whole arm. So if he gives me a jab, I move in, my arm is always longer. So compared to jab. If I put my shoulder in, just like boxing, well, you have a lot of the time this type of situation in boxing. Okay? So also our force and our punch comes from the elbow, which I will go a little bit later into it, how we get strong punches. So if you punch me just a normal punch, if I'm outdoor, my elbow low, it's a substitute for the triangle we have here. If you just leave your hand here, look, the effect here, I split his force, deflect it here. Same as when I'm from outdoor, same position here. If I'm indoor, I lock my fist. Okay, or if he comes cross, I lock my fist. I don't leave it bended, so otherwise he has a hole here. Then it looks like a Swiss cheese. You know, like the cheese with the holes? Just goes in here, all right? So really the idea is, each time, no matter I'm indoor or outdoor or diagonal, it's the same punch for you. It's the same punch. The point is now, since we're exercising, I have to stay still. So indoor, I must lock my fist so it cannot intercept. If I leave it here, you see what's happened? Outdoor, I must leave it low. But in action, if he punches me slow motion, I move and look. By the time I affect this already cut, this angle with interception, with the force cuts him already. And then the time when I hit him, it's going to happen this. Look, it's the same momentum, very slow, you see? It's the same punch. If it comes diagonal, it's the same punch. Since I'm standing here, and we just exercise a little bit, let's say I'm just outdoor, you see, I'm only crossing my punch. So the idea is really I'm doing the same punches. If I would do here and chain punch, you cross, same. See? So I'm not trying to punch his limbs. I don't care about his limbs. In our idea, this is a general in here. That guy wants to hurt me. This is his tool. This is his soldiers. So I don't want to start the punch like this. A lot of people do mistakes. They punch against the limbs. So when he comes, I really go in. I don't care about he has a fist there or not. See? In this case, I'm outdoor. It could be I'm indoor. Then I lock in, because I don't want to stay here so he doesn't get in here. Punches. See? So if I'm keep punching, if I outdoor slowly, so you see? Now I have to lock. If Michael doesn't lock, so this means I can intercept totally in. So therefore we just do, since we're posing here right now, not really fighting. Also what you learn once you have learned these punches, is also to learn the balance, forward and backward. So if I do this, you see? So this is very, very difficult. A lot of people just punch in the air. You need to do lots of hardening exercises where you can emphasize force. A lot of people do lots of aerobics, as I mentioned. They punch here, make steps. It's all fantastic. Drills are good to get a very good coordination. But more important is also put force. You have to deal with force, how you can absorb or deflect the force. And the last thing in any exercise we do here in our system is anger. Because a lot of martial artists don't practice that last issue what's happened in the street is anger. Because this is a component you cannot calculate. Even a small person is angry, he can knock out a very big person, because if he has the willpower, the anger, you never know how big that anger is. So we try to put this in. Okay? The only thing we don't do is punching for real. So also to exercise this, later on we put our foot forward. It's the same thing. This is basically just control. Let's say he's a boxer and jabs me. I can control his legs. So I can control or cross the other way around. So no, it could be a kickboxer, not just a boxer. Maybe he wants to move in and do something. So I can be safe. He doesn't kick me. Or I'm here, he doesn't kick me. If you see a lot of martial artists, if you go in, and then bang. You see lots of these things that come with the knees. So this is also preventing us. We have the absolute control over our opponent. So if you just step with this, maybe it's better for the angle. See? So I want to do this and hit him maybe, or just with a punch. Okay? So I can control him. If he wants to kick me here, I can see what he does or feel what he does. So all in Wing Chun has to do with sense of touch. It's very, very important. So what I'm going to let you do is to watch a little bit when Joe and Michael does this with the steps, just chain punches, no kicks. So just two together, this is the punches first program. Okay. Start slowly and then go a little bit faster. So here you can see if he doesn't lock his elbow inside, so Michael rushes in. We just practice normally. Try your best. Okay. And if the force is too strong for Joe, he can switch around with his legs, just angle. So you start to get flexible. So your balance to the left, to the side, to the front is stabilizing here. Okay, stay more in the middle. Yes. Another thing is, after this, you see how much he has to deal with the balance, going left, right. Okay? And the most important thing is you don't try to get here in the problem that to hit the guy's limbs. Always hit this computer, always hit his head. Okay, thank you. So another thing is force also. When we just do this, and let's say Michael is indoor, and he tries to really lock his elbow. So I use my elbow force. I'm very, very relaxed. If I punch, this is very soft here. It's all our force comes here. My fist is very soft. It's like a little bird here. You don't want to squeeze to death or don't let it go. Just keep it very relaxed. Also, when I punch, it's all is here. It's not. We don't punch with the fist. Like in boxing, they punch with the fist. We punch with the elbow. If I leave it here and then push my elbow in, you see, that's the force comes from here. So we use three joints: our wrist, elbow, our shoulder. If you look at my shoulder, it's pulling even back. See? So it's not like this. So this would be a push. So by pulling my shoulder back, my joints are not grown together, the bones. They're like holded by tendons and muscle, very flexible. So look at how long my fist goes back and forth. So even I don't touch, and I'm not going to open my fingers. So I'm that far away from Mike. I will hit with the whole surface, the lower three bones, the whole fist. So I will still touch him. So, okay, if I'm that far away, this will be enough to break his nose. So this is just from the elbow, because it's stretching. Now we also use our spine. When we punch 3 times, we call this arrow punches. At the 3 punch, my spine goes up. If I keep my fist totally locked, without bending it, I'm just punching from my spine. Just this one. So you have to understand, when you step in, boom, this is in. So it's very explosive, very powerful. The biggest power source next to your elbow is your footwork. Because if a smaller person create a whole punch power by using, let's say somebody's 140 pounds and the opponent is 200. So they realistically have given the chance to knock somebody out. It's basically using your body weight to move in. If you look at in boxing, whatever, we dance, the moment I stay and punch, my weight is still. So it's about 40 to 60% of the rotation where my body weight is behind the punch. If you look at karate, they do it with the hips. Very traditional, of course. But the modern karate is basically boxing. You know, kickboxing is American boxing. It's traditional karate mixed with let's say, Western boxing. It's kickboxing, but they don't do punch anymore like this. So they punch like boxing. But still, if you use your hip, it's maybe 20% of your body weight behind. So in Wing Chun, If you look where just Mike stands, look at my rear fit. So look where he says it's really 100% body weight, exactly where he used to stay. So it's 100%. This gives a smaller person, a woman, or nowadays, look, the profession of us changed. A lot of people are sitting in offices, more like a service type of jobs. The computer, they don't have the exercise like we used to have. Old days, people work in factories and like really construction. More and more people sit at homes and offices. So the physical thing changes, and people don't have the time, maybe 2 times a week, for 1.5 to 2 hours to exercise, because they have family, they have other hobbies, whatever. Traffic to get from home to your job takes you about 12 hours, 10 hours. If you work 8 hours, 1 hour lunch break, you need 1 hour ride. In LA, you need 2 hours ride with traffic. So you have to understand the whole thing. So people have maybe maximum 3 times a week, mostly twice, because they have other things. They have girlfriends or whatever, girls have boyfriends, whatever. So we have to think all these things. And this person wants to defend himself or herself. So very, very important to have a realistic time frame, a realistic system, scientific, enough to make the physical abilities to use it to defend himself. So when I do the same thing, I'm going to be very easy. So when I step in here, or even halfway, it's enough power, boom, to make him go down. But if you do it explosive with 3 punches, okay, it's very, very difficult. Also to deflect punches, we don't use blocks at all. Let's say even if Michael would block me, so if I do a single punch, maybe, okay, in very traditional karate is as an example. So it is okay. But again, here is prearranged. The sensei tells the student, give me number 1, I give you number 2. Mathematically, he would do number 3. The sensei would lose, but I cannot have it. Okay, I'm the sensei, I have the black belt guy. So I cannot lose the fight, right? See, there's the 1, I do 2, and I stop, hey, and then I win. Very traditional, I understand. Don't misunderstand, I don't want to put any other styles down. It's the idea to understand science, mathematics, to understand leverage, force, relation of force. All these things are very important. I respect all the other styles. But again, I'm concerned about my safety. I don't want to practice anything which brings me or my students in danger. Let's say I explain you 3 dimension. Look, this is 1-dimensional. See, just to left to the right, or up to the down, or down to up. So this means I open myself up, please punch my face technique. So I consciously cannot teach this to my student. You must understand this. This could be any style, you can put a name. I really don't care. You can, what I teach, put Emin Boztepe in front or call it whatever you want. Important is, for me, it's very important that my student get the best so they can defend themselves, okay? So, and also we don't teach this for tournaments. Okay, this is really for protection. So let's say if Mike would give me any type of an attack, we would not stay here and pose. So the person, a smaller person doesn't have the time, like we box and you jab me, I take that punch, I jab him, he takes that punch. How many punches you can take? If you're a professional boxer, you train to take punches. That's why, again, right? You look like this. So in Wing Chun, we don't. That's why our head is very far back. So we want him to come and step for me. Also strategy or tactics about distances, very, very important. So of course, I'm not going to stay here and let him hit me. Okay? I'm here. If he's far away, I can even afford to this. He cannot attack me. So I want him to make the step for me. For Michael to attack me, he needs to step in. So his first step is a preparation, maybe for his jab or right, whatever. So if he steps first, my step is straight and attack. So he makes a step for me to intercept. I just say, thank you very much. Now, after that, let's imagine I'm smaller. So I must have much more technique and much better punches to overcome him. So if he comes in, so I have no other choice than to give machine gun punches, okay? Or chain punches, we call it. So just go in, because it's only 1 round. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, we'll be right back with you, and I'll show you some combinations, signal against uppercuts, hooks, all these type of, or long fist kung fu, like these type of things, and then we do combinations. And then we do a little bit more free, so you see how Wing Chun is applied to them. Okay, I show you just a few examples how you can train coordination, cardio, combination, speed, power. But this is few. We do this on a double end ball. So you muscles adjust. You know, a lot of muscle memory is very, very important in fighting. So all coordinations. So here we just saw you some stuff which gives you really cardio, gives you speed, gives you power, flexibility, and maneuvering your punches. You know, like when enemy doesn't or opponent doesn't stay still, he moves very fast. So you have to be capable to really catch up with him. A good boxer is dancing a lot. So most people are too stiff and too single view oriented. So in Wing Chun we really don't care where he goes. So Yannis and Joe is going to just show a little bit slowly and go in steps, and then we show some with the focus mitts as well. Well, enjoy it, huh? Okay, thank you very much. So Michael, if I have you. So the same thing with the focus mitts. It's more for really maneuvering, go left, behind. So it's a little bit more speed. You start slowly out, and it's light punches, but the important is that you're very flexible with your footwork. Later on I will explain a little bit more with the footwork, but now I want you to just focus on that he really has to go in a short range, very flexible. Later we use the same thing against multiple attackers. Okay, but this is, I will go into this more in tape 2. So enjoy this one. Okay, thank you very much.